Hello there. Hi. Hello, beautiful dancers, and welcome. So, happy birthday to me. Hello. So nice to see you. Hi. Hello, YouTube friends. Hello, Instagram friends. I'm so excited and I'm so happy and so grateful. Today it's my birthday! Yay! Let's celebrate! I'm just, I'm so grateful for being here and to know you all. Thank you, dear Ravita, Pardin, everyone who's joining, and thank you for your beautiful birthday wishes on Instagram under my post. Thank you so much. So today I turn 39. 39. Can you imagine that? So it seems like, I don't know, yesterday I was 29 and now I'm 39. Life is crazy. Life is just crazy. And I still remember when I was maybe I was like 20, until I was 25. I remember people asking me, "Oh, what's your age?" And I was like 19. And it's not, it was like so natural to me to be 19. It was like, yeah, I'm 19. And then I was like, okay, wait, no. Wait, I was born in 1987. Let's do the calculation. I just couldn't. I couldn't understand, like, logically the passing of time. And my body and my mind was like, yeah, I'm 19. I'm going to be 19 forever. But no, that's not how it works. Thank you, Catherine. And I also have to say that my body is definitely changing. Okay, dance-wise, my body is definitely changing. I am not the body I had at 19. I'm not the body I had at 29. But I'm also much more aware now. And I have to admit, I feel as strong as I've ever been. Now that I'm 39, I feel so strong. Yeah, well, if I think about this, 10 years ago, it was 2016, I was touring like crazy. Go check my post that I did, with this trend. 2016, a beautiful year, we're all posting photos from 10 years ago. It was a fun trend, by the way. But yeah, just coming back to those memories, I was touring like crazy, like seriously, oh my God. Let's say like 2 flights a week somewhere, I don't know, around the world, from Europe to Japan to China to India. It was just a beautiful dancing year, but also very, very demanding. And I remember at the end, well, at the mid 2017, it was the worst year, like physically for me, because I was touring so much and my body was so much in pain because of that. I think I wrote already about this, that we really want to be careful about our bodies because there are instruments as dancers, but they're not always available for us in the way we want them to show for us. So I definitely learned this the hard way. So yeah, now that I'm 39, I feel like I'm so strong, and so many things happened. And I want to share with you that it's 21 years that I've been dancing. It's so crazy to me. Like almost if I'm tearing. Seriously, I started when I was 18, 8 years old. And I was so different. I was a tomboy, which is good. I love, and I loved being a tomboy. But to me, it was because I was refusing something about me, refusing something about like a side of myself. And that's why I started dancing. I started belly dance specifically because I felt the call for exploring, let's call it my feminine side. So moving from the inside, connecting back with my body, all of that were the reasons why I started dancing in the first place. So for me, it was really like therapy, basically. And I have to say, 21 years later, it still is. It still is the main tool for me to connect with myself again and to be in touch with a deeper part of me. And that's what I love to teach my students as well. Dance not only as beautiful technique and performance and all of the stuff that we like, but also as a way to connect deeper with ourselves, really. And that's what makes me happy. And I also want to share with you another story. When I started dancing, and again, I was 18, 1-8, I loved it so much. I was like completely obsessed with dance, completely obsessed. Uh, but I was not happy with performing. I didn't want to perform. Like seriously, I didn't. And my teacher at the time, I was doing Raksharki. So for those of you who don't know, like Oriental dance, let's call it Egyptian dance. And my teacher, sorry, was one of those teachers that wanted to push her students performing so much. And after the first year, she was like, okay, now we're going to have our students show and you are going to be part of the students show. And I was like, no, thank you, but no, I don't want to perform. I don't feel like it's not my thing. And she wanted it so much, and I just didn't. And so the second year of my training, she basically was just teaching choreographies over and over for the shows, for the performances. And I was basically just following from the corner of the room because I didn't want to perform. I didn't. I felt so uncomfortable. It was not the reason why I was dancing. It was not performance, seriously. So at some point, I just felt like, okay, this is not the thing for me. And I stopped dancing. Well, I stopped dancing many times in 21 years. And that's how you do it. When you have a passion, it's like a relationship. You cannot, I mean, you cannot stay for the rest of your life like this with no contrast sometimes. And dance is like if you have this relationship with dance. So sometimes we were together, sometimes we were apart, and then we reconnect back again. That's a love story that it's a lifelong love story. So I stopped dancing, and that's good because I started yoga. So I was again looking for something that could reconnect with a deeper part of me and with my body. And I thought, okay, maybe dance is not my thing because it's all about performing and being on stage and all the sparkles and sequins and shimmies. And I was like, that's beautiful, but it's not for me. So I joined yoga for the first time, and that changed my life completely. I mean, I still am a yoga student, a yoga lover, and it really changed my life like this. But I felt not satisfied with it. I still do. I still practice and study yoga, but I felt that in yoga, even though I was trying different versions, different stylizations like vinyasa, hatha yoga, yin yoga, ashtanga yoga, all of those styles we find, especially in the West. But to me, it was like I couldn't taste that satisfaction that I could taste when I was dancing, Well, if you love to dance, you know what I'm talking about, connecting not only with your body, but also with the music. So there is this love story with the music, with the space, with your body. And all of that was not happening in yoga. So I quit yoga too. And, there were all these ebbs and flows. And that's where I reconnected back again with dance through another teacher of mine, which I will forever be grateful for. It was again Raqs Sharki, but more into folk style Egyptian. And she was a lot more welcoming, let's say. If you didn't want to perform, it was mainly about us as women. It was very women oriented, to connect with our bodies and with the music. And I felt so comfortable with that. and I remember one thing that really completely changed everything in my dance experience. At the end of the class, at some point after a technique and maybe some dances, blah, blah, blah. And then she just put music and she says, okay, now you improvise. And I was like, what is improvisation? That was my first meeting with improvised dance. And I loved it so much. And yeah, it has been a love story since then, just the idea of letting it go and flow with the music. And she asked us not to look at the mirror. It was really something just for you and the music, this relationship that you have with your body and the music. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. And I think this is one of the things that really changed completely my understanding of dance. And that brought me here. 21 years later, still in this beautiful love relationship with dance. And I think, I just want to say that improvisation to me, I always call it the holy grail of dance. Because it's really that moment where you can immerse into movement in a way which is really like a movie meditation, and such a lovely, lovely feeling. And I want to share more about this in the coming weeks with you. There's also a beautiful offering that I'm going to share very soon about improvisation. So if you're interested about this, stay tuned for more. I have a couple of questions from YouTube. Actually, no, one question, because one is just a comment. Do you yoga lion's breath while belly dance? Okay, very specific question. I don't use a specific breathing technique when I dance, but most of the times I could use very easily, just as natural to me, because I've been practicing yoga for so long. I would use a simple, how do you call it? The warrior pranayama. So, my brain doesn't work right now, but a very simple, deep, whole lungs breath through my nostrils. I use a lot of my nostrils when I dance, but I don't do lion's breath. No, I don't even know what is lion's breath. I have to be sure we're talking about the same thing. Okay, so my dear beautiful dancers, thank you so much for sharing this little moment with me and for all of your beautiful birthday wishes. I started this day dancing. I will be dancing for the rest of the day. I have a couple of classes coming up, and I will be sharing more about this in my stories. So let's stay connected. And as I mentioned, I will be sharing also more about improvisation very soon, because I have this beautiful new offering coming up, which I think you're gonna love, about improvisation. So if you are a dancer and you want to learn tools, tips, and tricks on how to feel confident in improvising, in improvised dance, Stay tuned for more. I want to send you my love, and I want to send you all of my hearts here and here. Thank you again, and sending love to you. Let's see you soon. See you soon for next week's live session. Mwah! Every Thursday. Mwah! Ciao, ciao.